Please rise for the presentation of colors. Color guard forward, march. Color guard hold. Cross the colors. Close the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in the Scout oath in law. On
My honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
The Scout is trustworthy,
Loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Please join me in the outdoor code.
As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, to be careful with fire, to be considerate of the outdoors, and to be conservation-minded.
Audience may be seated. Color guard dismissed.
Thank you, Noah. My name is James Chadwick. I will be the Master of Ceremonies for today's Court of Honor. I'd like to welcome you all to the Eagle Scout Court of Honor for C.J. Kissler. On behalf of Troop 127, the Central Georgia Council, National Council of Scouting of America, I officially declare the Court of Honor open. We now ask Case and Delcourt to please come forward to lead us in a word of prayer.
Please rise for prayer. Stand forever. If you get all our percent here, let's pray. Lord, I want to thank you for this day and to see CJ Kissler grow up, become a young man, and for me personally to see him, and for me to learn from him, and for him to learn from others, and to help us grow up. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Kason. So today's ceremony will be narrated by Daniel Douglas and Sam Kemp with the assistance of Devin Brown. I would now like to ask them to come forward and conduct the ceremony.
To earn the higher ranks in scouting, a young man has to put in a great deal of time and effort. Therefore, the occasion which recognizes accomplishments should be something special. Today, we shall follow a pattern called Lighting the Eagle Trail.
When a boy becomes a scout, there should be instilled within him something we call the spirit of scouting. This lighted candle represents that spirit. Because the spirit of scouting embodies the fine principles of the Scout Oath and Law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this light may be feeble, but when multiplied by more than 2.5 million scouts, it can become powerful indeed. After a boy has entered scouting, the Scout Law has promised to obey. The Scout Law he has promised to obey is put into effect as the association may demand. And so, one by one, using the flame from the spirit of scouting, I light the symbols that stand for the parts of the law. There are 12 parts, all important and all meaningful. Each is an important foundation stone in the building of a strong character.
A scout is trustworthy. He tells the truth. A scout is trustworthy. He tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. People can depend on him.
A scout is loyal. He is true to his family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation.
A scout is helpful. He is concerned about other people. He does things willingly for others without pay or reward.
A scout is friendly. He is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those with ideas and customs other than his own.
A scout is courteous. He's polite to everyone, regardless of age or position. He knows good manners make it easier for people to get along together.
A scout is kind. He understands there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated. He does not hurt or kill harmless things without reason.
Scout is obedient. He follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country.
A scout is cheerful. He looks for the bright side of things. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way. He tries to make others happy.
Scout is thrifty. He works to pay his way and to help others. He saves for unforeseen needs. He protects and conserves natural resources. He carefully uses time and property.
A scout is brave. He can face danger even if he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at or threaten him.
The scout is clean. He keeps his body and mind fit and clean. He goes around with those who believe in living these same ideals. He keeps his home and community clean.
A scout is reverent. He is reverent toward God. He is faithful in his religious duties. He respects the beliefs of others.
And finally, in the three parts of the scout oath, he promises upon his honor to do his best to do his duty, first to God and to his country. Second, to other people by helping them at all times, and third, to himself by making himself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. You see how the light from his spirit of scouting is now beginning to grow and become brighter.
Now, far away loom the hazy outlines of Eagle's summit, flanked by the lesser peaks that represent the star and life ranks. Excuse me. Yes, to a newcomer, they are a long way ahead, but they'll come a lot closer as the light from the spirit of scouting continues to spread.
It all starts with the first badge every scout earns, the scout rank. Earning this rank means you have learned and promised to live by the scout law, oath, motto, and slogan.
Next is Tenderfoot. He has learned some basic first aid skills, how to tie knots, and has improved his physical fitness, and so the Tenderfoot symbol is lit.
Once inspired by the spirit of scouting, he won't stay a tenderfoot for long. Putting a few simple achievements behind him, he very shortly climbed to the rank of second-class scout.
And then, even though requirements stiffen a bit, he keeps climbing until finally comes the day when he tops the first summit along the Eagle Trail, where he receives his first-class award. Thus, we light the milestone that represents the first-class scout. But he must not stop here, because beyond the first summit, the Eagle Trail still leads on.
A broad field of merit badges awaits him. He needs but a total of 6 to conquer the Star Scout Summit. Probably a lot sooner than he thought possible, he finds himself standing on a star ridge. Thus, through leadership and achievement, he conquers the first of the 3 great peaks along the Eagle Trail. We now light the symbol that designates Star Scout.
Gaining the next summit, the Life Scout Peak, is not easy. He must show leadership, provide service, and work hard. Also, additional merit badges must be earned. The higher the scout climbs, the smaller becomes the crowd. Yet there are no impossible barriers along the way. The Life Scout goal can be achieved, but it takes real effort. Now we light the symbol of this achievement.
While the rank of Life Scout is a much coveted one and deserving extreme credit, the Eagle Trail does not end there. It still leads on and on. Towards the summit, its pathway narrows and steepens considerably as it winds along narrow ledges. Mile by mile, it becomes tougher and more trying. Many things have been done in order to conquer these last miles. Before the highest summit along the Eagle Trail can be attained, many additional merit badges are needed. Some of them are pretty tough, and in the meantime, leadership and service to others is not forgotten. Only those with the greatest amount of persistence and courage are able to gain the thrill of victory that comes while looking down the trail from the very top of the Eagle Summit. In a moment, our newest Eagle Scout will light the symbol that stands for Scouting's highest award, the Eagle Scout.
Thank you, Daniel, Sam, and Devin. Please take your seats. CJ, please come forward. In 1909, Chicago publisher William D. Boyce was visiting London. He became lost on a foggy street when a boy came to his aid, guiding him to his destination. Once there, Boyce offered the boy a tip for his help, which he refused. The boy explained that he was a scout and merely doing his daily good deed. Impressed by the boy's service, Boyce met with the staff at the Boy Scouts headquarters in London and inspired by his experience. Upon his return to the United States, he officially incorporated the Boy Scouts of America on February 8, 1910. 1 year later, in 1911, Boy Scouts of America chose the eagle to symbolize the very highest in scouting achievement. Through all of history, it has been the symbol of man's best. Now the eagle is the symbol of scouting's best. CJ, in a moment, we will confer upon you the award of Eagle Scout. However, I'm sure you will agree some special persons should be according the privilege of standing with you in some mere sharing in these high honors. I would now like to ask your parents, Cameron and Angela, to join you. We also ask Andrew Carnley to join you to be our presenter and conduct the Eagle Scout charge and promise. Andrew, please present the Eagle Scout Award and palms to Angela so she may have the honor of awarding it to CJ. CJ, as your mother pins the Eagle Scout medal to your shirt, I want to share with you 5 obligations of being an Eagle Scout. The first obligation of an Eagle Scout is to live honorably, not only because honor is important to them, but because it's vital significance of the example they set for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on their home, their place of worship, their troop, and their community. May the white of the Eagle badge remind you to always live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A scout is true to their church, family, scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. Their loyalty to the troop and fellow scouts makes them pitch in and carry their share of the load. All of these help to build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, and to own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of the Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which the individuals measure themselves and others. To a scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for what is right, trusting God. With faith in the Creator and fellow man, they look forward to each day, seeking their share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you to always think of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful, to remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile. The red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the Second Class Scout Award, which has its ends turns up with a smile. The final obligation of the Eagle Scout is service. An Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up scouting's trail, just as others help them to climb to the eagle. The performance of the daily good turn takes on a new meaning when they enter more of an adult life and continuing service to others. They aid and comfort the unfortunate and oppressed. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. They will always be prepared to put forth their best. You deserve much credit for having achieved Scouting's highest honor, but wear the award with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout oath and the law be your guide for tomorrow and onward. Congratulations on your achievement. At this time, please light the Eagle candle. No one will ever know the unnumbered act of self-sacrifice and helpfulness from the mother of an Eagle Scout, which has led us to this day. As a symbol of what your mother has made possible, the court now asks you to present your mother with a miniature eagle pin. Your dad has stood by you over the years and has offered his encouragement and assistance. As a symbol of what he has contributed to your attainment of this award, the court now asks that you present him with a miniature eagle pin. Okay. Thank you, Cameron and Angela. Please take your seats. We now ask CJ's sister, Evelyn, to present the Eagle Scout slide and neckerchief. Evelyn, please remove the neckerchief and slide CJ is wearing and replace it with the Eagle Scout neckerchief and slide. Thank you. Take your seat. CJ, one of the privileges of being an Eagle Scout is wearing the red, white, and blue neckerchief. Wear it with pride at all future scouting functions to show you are an Eagle Scout. Thank you. You can take your seat. At this time, Andrew will conduct the Eagle Scout charge and promise. Sorry, you need to come back up. Mr. Raymond messed up. It's right here. Take your seat, but you need to be there. Face that way.
I charge you, CJ Kissler, to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but only lead towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve that those who will be inspired to, So live and serve that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. We have too many who use their strengths and their brains to exploit others and to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. and whatever others may do, you will leave behind a record of which every other scout may be justly proud. CJ, you will now rededicate yourself by repeating the scout oath. Repeat it slowly as you stood before the 3 lighting candles representing the 3 parts of the scout oath. Resolve to demonstrate the perseverance that has brought you this far.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to guard my country, and to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
I would now like to ask all Eagle Scouts to stand and join CJ in reciting the Eagle Scout promise. Please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop and in my community and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. 2. You can be seated.
Thank you, Andrew. Please take your seat. CJ, you can be seated now as well. Thank you. I now invite Mr. Jim Murphy from the Marine Corps League to come forward and present the Marine Corps League Good Citizenship Award.
Old veterans don't fade away. They just keep rebuilding us. I'm going through my 2nd knee revision right now, so that's why you see me hobbling. Good evening. I'm James Murphy, Scouting Coordinator for Marine Corps League Detachment 1373, serving the Central Georgia communities. Thank you for allowing me to participate in this Court of Honor. I'm here today to present Cameron Kissler with the Marine Corps League's Eagle Scout Good Citizenship Award and the United States Marine Corps Commandant's Eagle Scout Certificate of Commendation. But before I proceed with today's formal presentation, I, as an Eagle Scout who for this past November celebrated his 61st year as an Eagle Scout, giving credence to the phrase, once an Eagle, always an Eagle, would like to first address the troop. I would like to commend the leadership of Troop 127 for the effort they put forth every day in training and guiding the young men that have been entrusted to them by the parents of this community and for leading them to the Eagle Trail. Eagle Scouts of Troop 127, I challenge you, for as long as you remain in scouting, to continue mentoring and setting the example for these young men who have been entrusted to you by the troop's leadership. And to the young scouts of Troop 127, I encourage you to stay with scouting and to continue creating the very cornerstone of the foundation upon which you will build the rest of your life. I encourage you to seek out the Eagle Trail because the Eagle is the key that will in the future unlock the numerous doors and opportunities that will ensure you are successful in achieving your life's goals. Do not let anything such as sports activities or adverse peer pressure discourage or distract you from becoming an Eagle Scout. And to the parents, I encourage you to support and motivate your sons and now your daughters in their efforts to achieve the goals of scouting. As I mentioned, my purpose of being here tonight is to present Cameron with the Marine Corps League's Good Citizenship Award and the Marine Corps Commandant's Certificate of Commendation. These awards are presented to Eagle Scouts in recognition of their many years of dedicated effort and successful completion of a long process that started when they first became a Boy Scout. Scouting in and of itself is a demonstration of how people, working together can truly help mold a young man's character with a solid sense of leadership, citizenship, and responsibility. The Eagle Trail has not been an easy one, for less than 7% of all Scouts achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. Cameron, when you became a Boy Scout, you made the choice to better yourself and to build a foundation for a strong future. The life lessons you have learned in Scouting will now guide you along whatever path you choose to follow. Eagle Scout Cameron Kissel has proven his ability to be a leader with a passion for achievement and has demonstrated those principles upon which this great country was founded. Cameron, like a member of the armed forces, a police officer, or a firefighter, has taken an oath, followed a set of laws, and lived by a motto. These servants of the community all dedicate themselves to protect and serve and make a difference within their communities, their states, and their country. Like them, Cameron, you have acquired the tools needed to be a responsible and conscientious citizen, one who would gladly advance the goals of the group before his own personal needs. Congratulations as you join the ranks of other great Eagle Scouts, such as Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, Sonny Carter, our own Georgia-born astronaut, James Lovell, astronaut and former president of the National Eagle Scout Association, Georgia Governor Sam Nunn, former president of the United States Gerald Ford, founder of Walmart and Sam's Club Sam Walton, Medal of Honor recipient Marine Corps Colonel Mitchell Page, General Robert L. Scott, our own homegrown hero from World War II, Guy Buford Jr., first African-American astronaut in space, Ernest Green, African-American civil rights activist and recipient of the Congressional Gold Medal, and Georgia Congressman Sanford Bishop, and a whole list of other great Americans that is just too long to list here. Remember, Cameron, as you move forward on your life's journey, always display the traits and principles you have mastered while in Scouting and continue to be a productive citizen. Hold your head high and always be proud that you're an Eagle Scout. Today is a great honor and a privilege for me to present Eagle Scout Cameron Kissel with the Marine Corps League's Eagle Scout Good Citizenship Award and the United States Marine Corps Commandant's Eagle Scout Certificate of Commendation. Cameron, if you would join me, please. Cameron, due to a communications error, the wrong name appears on these certificates, and I will get that corrected this week and get you to correct. But I do want to have the opportunity for your parents to take a photograph of you receiving certificates. This is the Good Citizenship Award, and this is the Commandant's Award. Stand by. Once again, I apologize for the error. We'll make it correct. In addition to the presentation of the Good Citizenship Certificate, I would also like to present you with the Marine Corps League's Eagle Scout Challenge Coin. The Challenge Coin has an honored tradition in military circles. It started as a social token at NCO and officers' clubs and at veterans organizations, where a member of the group would challenge other members of that group to present their personal token. The individual presenting the token with the least value or the individual with no token would then be required to buy a round of drinks for the group. Eventually, that social token transitioned into a symbol of pride in the owner's unit and service. It is based upon this pride of service that the Marine Corps League has developed the Eagle Scout Challenge Coin. It is our hope that this coin will serve as a reminder of the obstacles that you overcame in order to complete the requirements for becoming an Eagle Scout, and that it will serve as an inspiration when you come up against future challenges that will present themselves during the pursuit of your life goals. After 61 years as an Eagle Scout myself, I do not remember my knots, the merit badges I earned, or all of the camping trips I participated in. But what I do remember is the self-confidence that being an Eagle Scout gave me and how it helped me to meet the multiple life challenges, such as becoming a self-trained ASE certified automotive technician, a United States Marine at 27 years old, completing my associate's and bachelor's degrees, and becoming an Air Force commissioned officer at 32 years old. And then there was the opportunity to become a PADI certified open water scuba diver. It was the self-confidence that being an Eagle Scout gave me that allowed me to face and overcome those challenges. And to know that you have that, and look at, excuse me, look at this coin when you face your challenges and know that you have within you the confidence and the ability to overcome all of your future challenges. And at this time, I'd also like to present you with a different kind of challenge. That sometime in your future, you apply your skills, the ones that you have learned while following your Eagle Trail, and become a mentor for another young Boy Scout. And encourage him to also follow the Eagle Trail and become an Eagle Scout. Good luck in all of your future endeavors. Let's get this straight. Yours now today, mine years ago was the right hand, so let's do this. Keep this coin close. Don't have to carry it in your pocket every day, but put it where you can find it when you need it. Know that you are going to experience challenges. You know, that's how we used to do it.
Yes, sir.
Know that you are going to experience challenges. Challenges are a part of everyday life, whether they're big or they're small. If you question your ability to deal with those challenges, look at this coin. Remember what it took to become an Eagle Scout. It is not an easy trip. Not everybody does it. Know that you have within you the ability to overcome those challenges and be successful in all that you do in the future. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Today's ceremony is not just a culmination of your youthful years as a Boy Scout, but it is also your first step into adulthood. The achievement for which you are being recognized today is not the end of a phase of your life, but rather is the beginning of everything that lies before you. These certificates that you receive today are not just pieces of paper to be filed away as youthful trophies, soon to be forgotten. They are a recognition of your character and abilities and should be viewed for the rest of your life with pride and self-confidence. Your status as an Eagle Scout is something that the world around you will recognize and respect. Whether you're filling out a college application, a job application, or a resume, being able to list being an Eagle Scout as one of your accomplishments will cause people to view you with a greater sense of trust and confidence. What you have earned here today is going to open doors for you for the rest of your life. So once again, always be proud that you're an Eagle Scout. And never lose sight of what you have accomplished here today. In closing, let me say this. Cameron, from this day forward, your eagle will be sitting upon your shoulder, serving to guide you and to counsel you. If you're true to yourself and true to your eagle, you're going to be successful in accomplishing all of your life goals. Congratulations on becoming an Eagle Scout.
Thank you, sir.
You can return to your family. I don't own you now. The Eagle Scout Association wants to own you. Join the Eagle Scout Association if you get the chance. Believe me, it's worthwhile.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. I now invite Mr. Bill Saylor, longtime Assistant Scoutmaster for Troop 127, to come forward and present an award.
Where I'm coming from, in my ancestry, I have a princess. Most Native Americans are not known kings, prince and princess, but in this case, her name was Princess Juanita. She was the seventh or eighth great-granddaughter of Pocahontas. And the English come over and made the chief Powhatan king. And so they actually named the Great Warrior King. Okay? And so therefore, anybody that was passed down, they became prince or princesses. So that's where a part of where I'm coming from. Now, this is a coup state. All right? The size is fairly small because you're going to be doing most of your stuff on horseback. And so the great chiefs of all the tribes were trying to find a way to prevent the loss of all the young warriors that they had in their camp. And so to do that, they invented this coup state. And what they would do is that the coup state would be their own. Like this coup state is mine. I like to borrow something from a movie called Full Metal Jacket, where they say, this is my acoustic. They're a lot like it, but this one's mine. Okay, so anyway, they would come in, they would touch the tepee, the horse, or his wife, or anything that belonged to that enemy. And what he would do is he would go back in front of the council fire with the chief sitting around it, and if he was a good enough orator, he would be able to parlay his achievement into getting what they call a coup failure. Now, if you see many in the movies, they had long headdresses, they wore bonnet, and they got the trailers on. Each one of those, in reality, if they were really Native Americans, those would have been a coup. And so consequently, I would like to call CJ up to receive an award from me. CJ? See you up there. This is my coup to be given to CJ, and so he can show that he what are you guys doing over there? There you go. An eagle coin of sorts, and I present this to you, and I would like for you to really put something.
Says here, Isaiah 40:31. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up with wings as eagles. Thank you.
Things. Lord Baden-Powell, any of you know who he was? He's the one that the chief scout of the world, and the British Scouts, and we're the only organization that has anything above first class. He said that if you made it to first class, you made it. No other things. But we have star life. The other thing was that I found out a few weeks ago about Native Americans and what they believe that eagles would fly so high that they could look out and see the face of God. They don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Bill. CJ, it is customary to choose a person or persons in your life that you feel have had the most impact on your scouting career and present them with an Eagle Scout mentor pin. We now turn this time over to you to give out these pins and to say a few words. Do you need the podium? You want to come up to the podium? Are you good there? Oh, yeah. James Swain in it.
All right, y'all. I got 4 here because I got 4 people that I want to give them to, obviously. I think one of them, y'all know well, is obviously Mr. Raymond because he's been there since the start for me, I think. Like ever since Cub Scouts. When I was switching over to Eagle, going to Boy Scouts, for some reason always thinking like I was seeing him doing it. But then when I found out it was Mr. Porter, I was like, all right, this guy's cool as well because a nice hat. I don't know if y'all older scouts remember. Yeah. So I'm gonna have another one given to him, and I got 2 left now. And the other 2, the first one, I'm gonna give you, Mr. Chadwick. Yes, sir. Because you're a great mentor.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Miss Raymond's coming later, and then this last one I will give you to Mr. Bill. I'm not good with the speeches and stuff, so that wraps it up though for Porter and Mr. Raymond. Yeah.
Thank you, CJ. So this is the time that I would call Mr. Raymond up here to do a Scoutmaster Minute, but Mr. Raymond is in traffic on his way back from Atlanta. He is, him and Mr. Don are doing something that's going to be very valuable to the troop and becoming instructors. He's like in the parking lot. Well, it's my time, not his time. No, him and Mr. Don are becoming instructors for Wilderness First Aid. So I'm going to ask myself to come up in front of you guys and do a Scoutmaster Minute. So I'm going to come down here. And so what I'm going to talk about is, I went on this high adventure trip. It was my first one I did with the troop. Most of the Eagles were there, except for Sam and for Deb. But we went scuba diving, right? It was this great trip. We get there, we're all excited. It's sunny, these great sunsets. And we go into a classroom. We're stuck there, right? And so we get excited when we go in the pool. And then we finally get to go on our first open water dive, right? We're just super pumped. We're going to go out, 20 miles offshore. We're going to dive on these reefs. And something happened, right? That we weren't ready for. All of a sudden we get out there. It's a great ride out. Boys are getting sunburned because they don't want to put suntan lotion on. Mr. Andrew Carmen there. And we get to the first spot, and we get in position and drop the anchor, and now we're in like a 6-foot swell. And where they put us was inside the boat, in the cab, and we're just sucking in diesel exhaust, right? And I think Jake may have been the first one to get sick and go to the rail, and then it was Josh Coughlin. And then I look over at CJ, and he's just sitting there, and it all comes out down his mask, down him, everything, right? I mean, it was horrible. Mr. Randy got sick. I ended up throwing up, right? So we did something. We did something that day, right? We got in the water. Even though, plans changed and we weren't expecting it, right? We still got in the water. We still dove. Jake needed some help where I had to pick him up with all his gear and throw him over, but we all went, right? So what I'm getting at, CJ, is remember those times that you get into where things aren't going right? Look back at that. Look back at what you did. Look back at how we overcome it, right? And just remember that you're going to run into it a lot more in life than just that one instance, right? Things are going to get harder as you become older. Become an adult, go out into the world, things will get harder. Just remember those moments, in scouting where we had to overcome. Okay? Thank you. Mr. Raymond can give us. I didn't have a compass or a little trinket to give you. I'm sorry. Mr. Raymond called me at like 5:20 and said, I'm not going to be there. It's you. Yeah. I'm going to invite CJ Kissel back up here to finish his presentation if he wants. Mr. Raymond is now here. And then I'll let Mr. Raymond do his other scout master 37.
So, Mr. Raymond, I obviously had 4 of the leadership pins, the mentors pins, and I gave him 1 to him, 2, the second one to him, and then Mr. Porter has the 3rd one. And then I think you're a good candidate to have the 4th one. So.
I didn't know if I was applying for it, but so I just spent 4 hours driving to Atlanta in the rain so that we could get our wilderness first aid instructor training squared away. And I told TJ I didn't know if I'd be back in time, and we put this on the calendar before we scheduled it. If you've been here, you've heard this, but I think it's an important one to do because this is a compass, and a compass is a very effective tool. It can do some things well, and some things it can't do well, right? It can't tell you where you are, right? Where you are is where you are. In whatever course of activities in life that got you there, it's where you are. But once you know where you are, a compass is an extraordinarily effective tool to get you where you need to go. It can point true, it always points north, gives you readings and bearings and other things to help you find your way. Think of scouting like your compass. Where you are is where you are. But the things that you have learned here, the scout skills that you have learned, the lessons of your parents, of your family, of your loved ones, of your faith, will be the compass that you need to get to where you are in life. Congratulations.
All right, so thank you all for coming this evening. Let's give CJ another round of applause for Eagle. Congratulations. So on behalf on the troop of 127, the Central Georgia Council and the National Council of Scouting of America, I now declare this Court of Honor closed. So please join us in St. Bridget's Hall for some light refreshments and to congratulate CJ in his achievement. Thank you.
Yeah.